Welcome, Hellions, to another movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie The Boy, the 2016 version, because there was a version in 2015, we'll get into that later, starring Laurie Cohen. So let's get through the intro and on with the review. First of all, I'm going to lower my head a little bit and shake it back and forth and be like, oh man. I had high expectations for this movie. I was thinking Laurie Cohen, The Walking Dead. I hope they didn't get her just to sell the movie. I hope that this movie is not about this doll that is going to be like a stupid prop. I'm not sure if that makes sense. But I had a lot of problems with this movie. So the specifics on the movie, about an hour and a half runtime. It's actually directed by William Brent Bell, who is also the same one that, and I have notes, I have to use notes. I gotta make sure I get my facts right. His only other movie that he's directed, The Devil Inside, and that was also from 2015. This movie was classified as thriller/horror, and I didn't really get it. The most blood this movie had was from a couple of dead rats. Now, Laurie Cohen plays Greta, who is an American that travels to a remote village in England to become a nanny for these people. And I find that very, very interesting because Laurie Cohen is British herself. And so I don't understand, except for the fact of, The Walking Dead. Yeah, The Walking Dead. And trying to get that fan base possibly to watch this movie, which it worked for me. I just didn't understand why they just didn't get an American actor. But, okay, it's Laurie Cohen, so we're okay with that, right? You guys might be getting this vibe that I didn't really like the movie, but I will say, starting out, I loved it. I loved the musical score. I loved the way it started out. I loved the animals and the creepy toys it showed. I could have done without the cabbie trying to sneak a peek, down her blouse, and that was, I don't know, I just felt that was entirely out of place. But it all started going downhill for me because I catch little idiosyncrasies in movies. For instance, when the cabbie pulls up to the gates and he gets out and he pushes the gates open and then they stop, not fully open. Don't cheat on my notes. These are my notes. Anyway, after that scene, it cuts to the car going through the gates, and the gates are fully open. That stuff just drives me nuts. So Greta is introduced to the boy's parents and this awesome, awesome house. This is the other thing that I loved. I loved this, and I'm not sure if it's a house, a mansion, a castle. It doesn't matter what it is. It is outstanding. Both the detail inside and outside, and especially outside to where along the storyline you learn, but they make it grossly apparent that there's a fire in one of the upper rooms because you can see all the soot that still, apparently 20 years later, is still on the side of the building. Excellent, excellent. Loved that also. However, after Greta's shoes go missing, I felt that the whole movie just fell flat until the last 20 minutes, I would say. You would think that if you're becoming a nanny and you're giving these sets of instructions, even though the boy is just this doll, that you would at least try to indulge and do your job and just not instantly toss the doll to the side and say, I want to sit down and read a book and sleep and drink some wine. Not in that order. And I realized a lot of that was for the storyline of the movie, so that she could start to experience, things happening and, thinking, oh, it could be a real boy. Just small details, but I feel that these small details could have made things a little bit better. Something else that I really enjoyed in this movie, because when you think about a horror movie, you think about scare, and you think about jump scares. And a lot of the jump scares that we see in movies, you can tell when it's going to happen. They've got the music playing way too long, and they're slowly going in and focusing on something, and then bam, and then it happens. And I wasn't trying to scare you. I seriously wasn't trying to scare you because I know it didn't work. The way they do the jump scares in this movie, I really liked because you did not see a lot of them coming. And there's a couple of them that actually shouldn't be jump scares, but for someone who is kind of jumpy, or scares easily. There's a bunch of parts in the movie that actually could have worked for that. The nanny, Greta, is given a list of rules, basically, to follow. And we've already been over it that she didn't follow them from the get-go. She didn't even read them, quite honestly. I would have at least shown her reading them and then disregarding them, because I felt that that would have been more real. Curiosity killed the cat, and if somebody gave you rules, especially for this doll, then I think that you'd be reading them. It's like, huh? What? Clean the traps? What the hell is this? So yes, cleaning the rat traps outside was something that she was supposed to do. And she did it, I think she did it once. They showed her doing it, but I didn't understand the purpose. The mother had a reasoning for it, but I didn't actually see a purpose in it until, I don't know, I didn't get that. And sadly enough, they did set this up for a The Boy 2, or actually 3. I'm not sure if, like I said before, 2015 there's a movie called The Boy, 2016 there's a movie called The Boy. If they do another follow-up to this one, then there'll be a 2017 The Boy. Please don't. But if you're going to see this movie, wait till it comes out on video, and maybe watch it when you're kind of tired, so that in the middle of it you can fall asleep until the action and the cool stuff happens, because even the storyline is kind of dry. Now here's something that I've never seen happen before. This was a sell-out crowd in the theater. When the movie ended, the theater was quiet. Like it is right now. There was nobody saying, "Oh my gosh," and then this part here was so cool, and oh, everybody was just like, quiet. It was like, eh. So, don't just take it from me, take it from the people that just got through seeing the movie. Anyway, I will give this 5 creepy doll eyes, and I think that's all I'm going to give it. Unfortunately, I didn't care for it that much. Thank you for watching this review. Make sure that you subscribe, because we do daily vlogs and we do haunted house scare videos during the Halloween season and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. And I've got interviews with stars, and I've got more movie reviews. There's everything. Everything you can want right here. So make sure you subscribe. Happy haunting. See you guys next time.